Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai. Call Allah, Yahweh, Allah, now Yahweh, Bashem El Shai, Bashem Kakodash. Giving double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the great millstone who well. Peace and salutation to the election. Birthday Hawa mean bless you, Most High Yahweh. Birthday Yahweh Shai mean bless you, Yahweh Shai. From the world can call Jesus Christ's true name is Yahweh Shai. By Shema Kakodash, name is Spirit Holy. The belongs to the elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shema Al-Mahfa, name is Amapa, my young God, Wallow Cup. From the Great Millstone, PLAINTABLES camp located here in the city of Philadelphia. I'm Lamadi Mike, come with a lesson little, or we lesson. I come with a little lesson, or lesson little. So, as you see the title, are you contributing to your own tribulation? Bad decisions, hashtag. Behavior, hashtag. And choices, hashtag. And within your walk, within the truth, troubles will arise. In all different matters and forms. This is the book of Job, chapter 14 and 1. It says, man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. All right. Very simple and plain. We know that we are men. Okay. We are born, and that obviously of a, the woman taking a seed, of a man, begetting a child, and because of that, coming into this world, as we know, the creature is subject, and we are the creation. Romans chapter 8 and 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by the reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. This is of the will of the Most High, and we can't choose our own tribulations and troubles. We can, what we could do, through the Spirit, is understand how to react to them. Which is a very, very, very stoic mentality. Okay, we are men of discipline. Stoic. Stoic is a person who can endure pain or hardship without showing their feelings or complaining. Going to the history, Zeno, I believe this is the creator of Stoicism. He was an Israelite, Jake. Simple as that. They're gonna train him in, whatever different forms and fashions. He's an Israelite. Obviously you can see he got a zaquana or beard on his face. And being a Stoic, it requires having much discipline when going through things. As they say, they have like tool in the pursuit of self-mastery, perseverance, and wisdom. Okay. It was one of the dominant philosophical systems in the Hellenistic period. Right, that was a time when the Greek way of life was forced upon the world. All right, that world over there, in the Greek and Roman, you had it. Those captivity, them Greco-Roman philosophies, the way of the Esau Edom, the way of the heathen, was placed upon our people. Our people actually embraced it. Many of our people embraced it, as they do embrace the culture in this time now. Okay, it was nothing but a mirroring, as we know, of the ancient empire. All right, the Roman Empire, great old ancient Greco-Roman Empire. All right, there's nothing new under the sun. And you had, like you say, Stoics, okay, and they were Israelites. You know, not to say that there couldn't have been any other heathen that took some of it. This is the book of Acts, chapter 17 and 18. Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans. Epicureans are ones, they pretty much are living after pleasure, delights. Okay, when you go into Epicurean type of culture. Okay, yeah, the Greek Epicurus philosopher. You could go into it on your own. And of the Stoics encountered him and said, right, and this is obviously, I'll start above. This is Acts chapter 17 and 16. It says, now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. All right, idol worship, worshiping of other gods, and worshiping of other gods, have you doing the different actions, the rites of the various gods in which you're serving, whether you're doing it indirectly or directly. And many people these days don't know, you know, their different cultures and behaviors as influence from, you know, these different gods. Okay, with Esau, he of course is going to propagate idol worship. You know, you have girls out there with the promiscuity culture, being a harlot, okay, in the pursuit of money, okay, in a negative fashion where they would not follow proper morals, you know, the right behavior, which they're supposed to be chaste, and they should be with a husband, all right, not with multiple men, not being with a husband on paper and then in the background you're in the shadows and you're dealing with other guys. You know, that's confusion. You know, when I walk by and I see a woman looking at me with her man right next to me or next to her, you know, that bring about confusion. All right. It says, and some said, what will this babbler say? Others, some, he seemeth to be a settler forth of strange gods, because he preaches unto them Yahushua in the resurrection. All right, so, you know, our people went astray, okay, from the right way, okay, because if something is looking to as strange as being foreign, all right, from Xenos, being foreign without the knowledge of, without a share in, you know, and our people, as they were scattered, you know, they, you know, got raised in different ways. Okay, I was raised up in a house here, to eat neck bones and pork chops and crab legs was a delicacy, was something coveted after, right? But I knew, obviously, from hearing the law, statutes, commandments, that something was wrong with it, but I was still in that culture. And it took until the fear of the Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Spirit, or Hakodash, the Holy Spirit, come upon me to really seize me from, you know, that way. You know, eating tautly scones and potato skins, there's nothing wrong with eating potato skins. That's kosher. It's just nothing but a potato pancake, potato water, flour, and salt. All right, fried a bit. But you have like your ham and all of these things and such. You can't eat that. Okay, it's not kosher. It's not permissible. It says, he seemeth to be a settler forth of strange gods, because he preaches unto them Yahushua and the resurrection going on. And they taught him, they took him, Slakia, and brought him into Areopagus, saying, may we know what this new doctrine, teaching, principles, whereof thou speakest is. Okay. For, and I'm not sure if I forgot. Yeah. So that was, I already got to the point right there. All right. I could read down, but you have it where a lot of these different idols and such, they don't embrace you having a self mastery. We're supposed to follow our law, statutes, commandments anyway. But you have it. Literally, you have to snap out of it. Out of some of these different thinkings and mindsets. That's there. As I'm gonna go back to that scripture in Job. Which Job mean hate or persecuted. In Job or Ayawab, he had various harassments, persecutions. His friends was talking negative about him and such. He lost his family coming against him, right? His wife, a hedge was lifted, okay? But he still kept his integrity. That's what we must do. Despite all the tribulation that we do endure, which were made harder when we go through it and we're refined, we still have to keep going, and we can't let it be the thing that overcomes us or overmaster us, right? Men that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. All right, trouble. Bariath. In the Hebrew is, you have actually regaz in the Hebrew, all right, which means agitation, excitement, raging, trouble, turmoil, or trembling. Okay. Look at that, agitation, which agitation going into a state of anxiety, right? Agitation, I know, like if something agitates, like it's shaking, okay? Disturbed. I want to get in the etymology real quick. Agitation means emotion from ag, which is to drive or draw out or forth or move. All right, you're being moved, tossed and such, right? The physical sense of the state of being shaken or moving violently, and there's no present, is with cruelty. A person driving you mad within your mind because of what he don't want to work or something like that. Because a lot of our troubles come when we deal with other people. Obviously, dealing within our own minds and such. Right? And that's an agitation. Okay, it's a trouble. It's a trembling. It's a disquieting. All right, but I like that agitation is a moving. Okay. Now, I was watching, so I'll give you a little wee testimony. Basically, at my job, I had this day, and the day, pretty much, I gave, preeminence up to another person, because I'm training the other person to be pretty much a leader, right, of running a crew. Now, in this, him being a upstart, he don't have the decision making skills now to make or discern, to choose to do a reasonable amount of work for the crew to be able to handle. Okay, there's a way, you have work, then it's a way to actually choose time, the work, to get through your day. Now, if you overwork your workers, that's going to destroy the morale of the workers. Now, meaning, um, the workers have to be given just enough work, okay, that they can bear, okay, and I pretty much judge that out. For some people, many people, these current jobs that work, they don't want to work. Okay, so I have to work with people who have the mindset of being sluggards, but I actually make them fit the role in which they are in order to accomplish the task as a whole, greater whole for one, the job, but also really for me being a leader. Okay. Now, given this guy I'm training, the choice he would make, in more two couple days, he made too many bad choices. Meaning, what he did, he would do, he would try to do too much, which is unreasonable. Just because it can be done, don't mean it should be done. So, and he's not the one that's really exerting all his might in it. It's really me and other workers, another worker, and you got other little sub workers that they just support and cast. They're not main producers doing the work. Okay. If we got on a particular block various jobs to clean up and such, and you have to be able to manage how and when they're getting cleaned up. And if you just try to do everything at once, you have a bunch of confusion. As scriptures say, let all things be done decently in order. Apply that scripture to your life, okay, in all aspects. Okay, that helps me with being able to time effectively a job. Okay, just making it done decently. Okay, if I got this guy he doing all the work, and then this other guy is sitting over there in the truck, or not putting that much effort in it, something's wrong there, and I have to fix the situation. If a guy want a job that's just as big, if not bigger, than the other job in which he's on, but I'm doing another job, but then I know that we have to get all of the debris up, you are pretty much probably better in most cases just focusing on one and then moving to the second in a timely fashion to be able to complete both, right? But I had it where, say for example, one certain day, we were able to get it all up, but it was like working hell. He did too much, moved tons, and then he worked through his lunch. The other workers didn't get pretty much they worked. They didn't really want to eat lunch because the day was over. He worked the entire day. And what I perceived, the angel helped us that day too. All right. Came out of nowhere. Said he knew the work that I pretty much do, at my job, but I perceive it like it was different, and he's really straightforward, and he didn't. I thought I was like, man, he worked. I was like, man, I don't even know this guy, but I might grow him some bread out my pocket because he helped. But he hightailed the hell out of there before I could. It was like I had to balance looking and being circumspect over multiple jobs because the guy picked multiple jobs, but he didn't know how to manage to do the amount from the multiple jobs. Okay. And this is something I had to learn, and me as a leader running a crew and crews on my own. But now he has to be able to see that. But I don't see it that he'll have the same success as me, because he don't know how to manage that, and he don't have the discipline also to say no to certain jobs that he shouldn't say to do on a certain day. So that's just my opinion in that, and I believe it's gonna come true to pass. And he wouldn't be able to get as much as what he wants to get done, because quite frankly, he don't have the laborers that are able to push the type of work, or be able to complete that type of work. All right. If a top worker who over exceeds most workers and work ethic is feeling that it's this unreasonable, then what do you think? How do you think everybody else feel? So, yeah. Say all that. Say this. I got pretty much upset because the guy used one of my tools, and the tool was had a part out of his place, and I didn't have the tool, or I didn't have the patience to fix it at the time. So what ended up happening, I ended up trying to fix it, couldn't, and then I ended up just breaking the pieces, the parts, to get it replaced, due to the fact that it was already damaged and it just should be better. All right, that's it. But then I was gonna choose to not come to work or take a break from work, but it was pretty much would be in a pity party to seek some sort of pity, but it would have made my situation worse. Okay, you work certain jobs and stuff like that. If you take off in a certain way, a certain type of days, you have to get certain clearances. Then they trying to pry into your personal life. What's wrong with you or something like that? What's going on with you? Like a guy like me, if I take off one day, everybody's like, where were you at? Everything revolves around me. Because we're distinguishable individuals. We stick out. We're the front runners. Okay. I try to be in the shadows, but it's still like people see and know what it is, and they respect and fear it, but at the same time they don't want to do it. Okay, I'm the only one that do what I do at my job, which I've been doing for quite a bit, a long time, decades, or a decade, at least over a decade. Transitioning to, depends on how many more years we're in Babylon, but we'll see if I get to 20 years. But yeah, and you at a level, and then you're dealing with these newer individuals, the way of the whole work climate, the spirit changing at the job. You got to try to adapt. You have to adapt. You can't let it eat you up. So basically, I watched this video the brother was doing. I was listening to different things, due the spirit was said. Actually, the Lord even had a man have a blower next door. He pulled it out, and I didn't even state to him that my blower was messed up, and he was like, yo, y'all need a blower. So it's all the spirit. Like, the Lord got these spirits active, and they know what's going on, and we made a spectacle unto men. And not only they watching, they could be there to be your aid. So I can't went home. I was like, man, I was probably gonna take off. I wasn't pissed, like, in the sense of like, angry, like at like actually literally like angry. I just was, you get a bit upset at certain things, but then you want things to be better. Scriptures talk about surely oppression making the wise man mad. So the different various oppressions, pressing down, that you have upon our souls. We want things to be better. Okay, we want things to be ran according to the law, statutes, commandments, and where which is in its perfection. Right? Things would run smoothly if everybody would have knew to, all right, take care of a piece of equipment as if it's yours, and don't be so rash and such. Let things be done decently, ordered, etc. So I watched this, and this is great.
I want you to hear this. Matthew 13:22. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world. You heard that? The care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches. That's another one. Choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. Things will choke the word, and you will become unfruitful, and then you're going to be looking at getting kicked out. You're going to be looking at the Lord destroying you possibly. You can't let the things of this life choke the word in you and make you become unfruitful, because no matter what you was going through, your number one job is to protect this word, protect this truth, teach the word, feed the sheep. So if you let anything outside of that take you away from doing that, now you in the transgression.
Right. And so, obviously me, I gotta keep the work first. That's the main. The Lord put me in my destiny or lot to do the work. That's the main center. I don't have no woman. The Lord, he don't even make that pretty much right now possible. The chicks be playing games anyway. Every time you try, they running game anyway. I don't even feel that I need to have a woman around me, obviously, like living with me and all of that either. I have a high spirit anyway. So my servitude is to Yahweh Shem Al Shai. I just say that just to let obviously brothers know it. So certain brothers, like I said, they might have it where it's a bit different, where their priority, they do the work, but they got maybe more so a different home life situation. They got a woman, they taking care of kids, their work situation is different. But really, to be honest, my lifestyle is geared for the truth. I pretty much work to get the daily bread, come home to do the work. That's it. It's fairly simple. The Lord makes it simple. I don't have to worry. Certain brothers don't have to worry about like the whole financial thing, where it's like, everything's revolved around, like all these bills and all of that. The Lord makes sure the bills get paid. I live a very simple life anyway. Economist, knowing how to manage my household. I know not to get myself into something more than what I need to, and that's a way of success. Knowing yourself, obviously, but you gonna grow more. The Lord gonna take you out of your comfort zone to be the better, refined version in which He wants you to be. Ultimately, we're gonna see that perfection, that likeness as Yahweh Shai in the end. All right. Hebrews chapter 13:17. It says, "Obey them that have rule over you." Hey, many Jake don't understand. You have a order set up within the churches, the body of Yahweh Shem Shai, different members, different offices. And submit yourselves. You're under the rule of other men, for they watch for your souls. Yeah, they're watching for your souls. All right, you hear that? Your soul. Okay. Most importantly, your spirit. Okay. Most Jake are looking after their flesh more than, obviously, they're looking after their spirit. All right, we'll rebuke you in the spirit so you can look after your flesh. All right, everything in this balance, because your flesh leads you to go to destruction. Meaning to be in the thermonuclear missile, to get judgment from your Yahweh Shem Al Shai. Okay, you get kicked out of the truth. So they watch over for your souls. Okay, we watching for your souls. A lot of Jake, in the truth, they may not even really realize how much of a capacity we do that and meditate on that. I'm not even the head of the camp, but you have other brothers within the camp that come in, and then they want to be in the same spot, but they don't understand about responsibility that is required when you're in here. You got trouble that's going on. You got to go to job and work, but then you have to know, all right, I gotta work, but then I'm not going to. This is me. I've tried it in the past where I worked on a camp day, was able to rush and hustle to get to camp. Obviously it's a different schedule then, but then you have it where there's, okay, you can work on a Saturday, but then if you do, you can't make it to camp. Well, sacrifice going to making whatever money, because that's not the priority. The priority is to do the work, okay? And it's not even necessary. It's not even necessary for me to miss camp just to get money, because the Lord already give money anyway. All right, to be able to sustain myself. So it's really extra. Yeah, you might have a goal, might take longer, but hey, the Lord will make a different option. The Lord have it where it is option right now for me to get more money, and I just gotta wake up 1 hour earlier, work an hour, but get compensated as if I worked for the whole of one day, but just over the span of multiple days for the multiple hours getting on the day, but it equates to basically not having to come in on that Saturday. Brothers have to do things like that. Think of ways in which they can be productive in this truth. Being productive for what they need in their normal home life. Okay, but it's simple. Just you keep it simple, it's easy. All right. The goal is salvation. The goal is not for me to be like say for me, all right, I pump up my muscles so big and stuff, and then all right, well then I'm sore, and I do dedicating too much time to be able to do the work. What's more beneficial, the muscles or the work? You got to make it and balance it where you can get both done. Simple as that. Anyway, it says as they must give account, so they must give account. Okay. We give account. Hey, other brothers got to follow the examples. Okay. Within the body, if a younger brother do something going off, you don't think they come to the head and say, what the hell is this dude doing under your watch? You're the shepherd, okay? You're a steward. It says that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Right. We want to have the rule with joy, not with grief. We don't want to be sitting there all the time like, damn, why is this dude not getting it? Why is he making more a problem for himself and not getting to the solution? And it's simple solutions. Some brothers need to grow up, okay, and stop being as kids. Put away the childish things and stuff like that. We're men in this truth. Like me personally, like I say, the main purpose is to do the work. So, everything else is secondary. There's no chick they'll be worrying, I gotta go see. No, it's all right. I'm coming home to do, Lord willing, a video. Whatever I have to do, cook, clean, pray, etc., and go to sleep. Life is pretty simple. It's not learn, study. It ain't really much. I'm just dumbing things down very to the simplest form. So some Jake do too much. They want to do too much. Okay, and that is actually hurting them, and they're not examining themselves, so they don't know that. Or like I said, they got a demon blocking them from being able to see that, hey, they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. Okay, and when somebody, a brother, tell them what they're doing, and then they saying, oh no, they don't see it that way, because they don't want to see the light. This is the book of Psalms, chapter, or actually, I'll bring out 2 Corinthians 13:5. It says, examining yourself whether ye be in the faith. You have to scrutinize yourself. Okay? You have to come to a point, hey, am I, like the brothers put out, are you making your situation worse? It made me think. I'm like, yeah, man, of course. And then I'm like, man, I'm letting, you got other people that actually be counting on you to be on point. Literally. You know, like the regular worldly people, these people literally, they look at us to be on point. You know what I mean? Every little thing, when if I show up late, these guys are telling me I'm late, which is crazy, but because I'm being late intentionally in certain cases, But yeah, but you have to examine yourself, scrutinize, harazo, which is you have to test or try whether a thing can be done, right? Hey, you might see that it can't be done. I cannot let a certain situation overcome me. I have to conquer the situation. And it can come as simple as you rebuking yourself and saying, I can't be in that spirit. That's a weak, effeminate spirit, lack of faith spirit, and I need to conquer it and move forward and not let it basically have weight over you. Okay, so scriptures do speak about how you should not let your sins weigh themselves down over you. So you have to have self-examination, though. You have to have a microscope over your life. You have to be knowing what you're doing, your actions. You don't be sitting there walking as if you got a blindfold, which a blindfold in certain situations is good because you can have more higher perceptions over the various other senses other than what you can see with your eyes, but you can feel things. Some Jake, they act like they can't, they numb to the other things, and they need to be conscious of everything, be circumspect pertaining to all. It says, whether ye be in the faith, so examine yourselves, prove your own selves. Okay, it said to prove your own selves, man. That's heavy. Dokimazo, which means, again, to scrutinize, to see whether a thing is genuine or not, to see if something is real. You could be in a illusion, okay, a delusion. You're under deception of thinking that this is something, a problem. And it'd be as simple as, all right, this tool broke. I didn't want the tool to break, but it broke. So then obviously I gotta go and get it fixed. All right. Like with me, within my job, you got dealing with guys that are pretty much idiots. Just plain guys are idiots from the top to the bottom, and they're not professional. Let's put it that way. They lack professionalism. Okay, me, I'm professional. I've been doing this for so long. I don't play run game, with what I do. I'm dead serious. It's to a point, obviously, it's so simple. It's like you don't even have to think about it. It's like a second nature. But for these guys, they're not focusing on really doing the work. They just want the money, and that's really what it is. So they will sacrifice really the proper protocols, go to the proper channels and protocols, only to get what they want, which is the money, and that'll actually hurt other individuals, because other individuals such as myself are trying to do what we are being paid to do. But if we don't have the tools and the right, pretty much like the right equipment to do it, we can't do the job effectively, right? But we'll find a way. We work to find a way. But it says Prove, know ye not your own self. So it said, know ye not your own self. You don't know yourself, right? How that Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobate. So in Yahushua is within us, and greater is He, as it says, 1 John 4:4. Ye are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them. Okay. We've overcome these people that are anti-Hamashiach. Okay? In the spirit. It says, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. So Yahushua is in us, and He greater than this world. So that makes you greater than any of the different tribulation that you're going through. You can overcome because Yahushua went over and transcended, this whole world. Okay? So you can do it as Yahushua has done it. Okay? And He's enabled us to do it with His word. Okay? He is the word. So you gotta listen. Simple as that, meaning to be obedient. Okay? Shemai in Hebrew. There's some other scriptures I was thinking about, but I think that's pretty much it, really, to be honest, and just make it very, very simple, man. And I'm thankful, I got the rebuke through the spirit, work through the men. Like I said, brothers put up certain videos in the algorithm through the spirit. The YouTube is for us. It comes up, you see this certain video, it's to speak to you and it gets you on track before you make a stupid decision. And basically, I was at home and I was like, I'm gonna maybe take off this next day. The next day. Basically, what I did, I know I had came home, I prayed, I had put on some music, some handpan music, and I felt so much peace with the handpan music. And then, I woke up early because I already been waking up earlier than I normally do. And I was like, man, I gotta go to work, man. I can't sit here. So I just went to work. I got ready real quick and I went to work, and that was it. Because basically, if I would have not did what I did, it would have made my situation worse. With my job, these idiots don't know what they're doing. So, you think of it in the grand scheme of things, they wouldn't have been able to accomplish this other bigger job, which we did, which was nothing for me to do. And then also tools would have been broken. More tools would have been broken because these guys don't know how to maintain or even properly handle tools. And it takes somebody that's responsible, to be able to do such. All right? Professional. Another thing with you brothers, your Hebrew name is not that you got, that's not a coincidence. So, obviously, my name is Truth. Or this is a moth, and it's a ba. I'm a moth ba. Truth too. Other moths out there. So when you look up the Hebrew word for a moth, for truth is a moth, moth, and it means reliability, sureness, truth as spoken, of testimony and judgment. That's heavy. I didn't even see that part. Of testimony, which is a witness, and judgment. It says divine instruction. I gotta follow the instruction of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the true doctrine. Trustworthiness, establishment, right and sure, continuous reliability. Okay? if that's what your name is about, be what you is, or be what your name is. Live up to it. You know? And Satan trying to knock you off to not live up to your name. It says peace and stability. We have that in Yahweh Shai. A stable peace in Yahweh Shai, the word, which is our comfort. So, I was going to get this scripture. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 46. It's also in Job too. And verse 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Because we would forget it. To be men, meaning to have virtue. Okay? With virtue, you going to be a champion acting in manly way. The way a man acts is has the right behavior pertaining to the ethics, which are the law, statutes, commandments. Okay? Show masculinity. Don't be a punk. Your problems, the Lord gonna give and take away different problems, but you always gonna have problems till Yahweh Shai deliver us out of this place. It's a way to sort them out, and it's a way of how you gotta internalize. You internalize your problem. All right, and them Stoics, they have, it's like the perception, of how perception of problems. It's your perception of things. Stoics take a different view of misfortune than most people. They expect mishaps and use them as opportunity to hone their virtues. The virtues would be the right behavior again. All right. That is not to say that they are glad when troubles beset them, but the scriptures do tell us to be basically I'll get it real quick. Be cheerful. Whatever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou change to a lower state. For gold is tried in the furnace, which we are likened unto gold. All right. We just gotta get the impurities burned off. And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You're gonna go through hell. All right. But they try not to lament them needlessly, and they actively seek benefit whenever possible, right? Which you got people, they complain, right? I used to watch or listen to people complain, but a lot of things is you can change. You can, like, it's like you can be the change that you want to see. A lot of times. So if this idiot is doing what he's doing, I'm not gonna let it, like, pretty much work me up to the point where I just let it get me angry and make me throw me off my whole constitution, my state, where I'm reckless. Now I'm bashing this person in the heat because he's a nugget. All right, Egypt. Instead, I'm gonna do what I can to influence, meaning to change the situation to work in my favor. Okay, and that's it. You might have a time if guys are all lazy laborers and stuff. You'll do just enough work to accomplish for the lazy laborers, and that show Esau that, hey, don't put them lazy laborers with me. Simple as that, because this is what you get. But if you have this person's here, these amount of people here, we can get more productivity done. Me being a role model and influence, being a senior worker at the job, people are looking at me, but they can't be me. But at least they can take different attributes to possibly aspire to be someone somewhat successful. So the Stoics believe that everything is an opportunity. The impediment to action advances action. right? Like something that's obstruction, hindering something, right? So say for example, a dude trying to hinder progress. Well, I gotta find a way around this above, well, so go around him to progress, to move forward to what I need to be accomplished. I can't make him be the one to be the blocker. All right. What stands in the way becomes the way. All right. Now we know Yahweh Shai is the way, so you know he's the truth and the life. So we got a way around everything, and that's Yahweh Shai. So the ultimate Yaquab. So the ultimate supplanter. So shalom to the elect. Hopefully edified by the lesson. I gotta get more lessons up. But shalom till next time.